All right. The alligators are welcoming everybody. Oh, my shadow is all over the place. Ooh, did you hear that? If you think that sounded cool, oh, everybody's talking to you. If you think this sounded cool, I actually got a GoPro with a fancy microphone that I'm going to be live streaming from soon. So the picture will be even clearer. The sound will be even better. But let's say hello to all our friends. This is Sam. We got George. And then Fiddlesticks is behind him. Elizabeth is this big lady up here. We got Chewy over there. Chewy. Hey, Caitlin. So glad you're here. And then we do have, I'm not sure if you can see him under the water. Way there underneath the water is Thor. For Florida, it's cold today. I know when I say cold and I say, yeah, it's like 65 degrees, everybody kind of laughs. But for Florida and for alligators, that's cold. So the gators aren't moving around as much. And when it gets cold, the gators like to sit at the bottom of the water. But Sam knows I'm about to read him a book. George knows I'm about to read a book. Poor Thor, he might miss some of the book. You ready, Chewy? If you watch The Gator Crusader, and you should, I have a certain fan named... Oh, are you trying to tell everybody the fan's name? What's our big fan's name? Come on, Elizabeth. Oh, now she's getting shy. I have a fan named Caitlin. Caitlin has been a huge fan of The Gator Crusader forever. And Caitlin actually wrote a super cool book that you could get on Amazon.com yourself. Here is the book. It's called Heart of Rain. You can find her on Facebook, Instagrams, all that good stuff. I definitely suggest getting this book. She sent a copy to me so I could read it to the alligators, which of course will be super duper fun. Hello, Willow. So we're going to read this book in a second. See what the alligators think of it. Now, I always do read. People wonder, why do I have such a good connection with my gators? I do read to them all the time. I sing them songs. I reenact movies. I've actually told them all about what happens in The Mandalorian. But I know it just came on yesterday, so no spoilers. But if you like The Mandalorian at all, trust me, you need to watch the last episode that came on. Whew! I already told the gators all about it, but I don't want to spoil it for the humans. All right, so I've got a cool headset thing on, so you're going to go on the Gator Crusader's head. Like I said, I have a super fan named Caitlin. She wrote a book called Heart of Rain. And she sent it to me. You can get this on Amazon. Oh, look how excited the gators are to hear about this book. And I told the gators and Caitlin, oh, look, they're all getting excited, that I would read some of it to them. You ready to hear? Now, Caitlin is a super fan. She has been Chapter 1. Gabriella, I've been calling you all day, my best friend Blair said. Yeah, sorry, I've been busy, I said. She walked up to my desk and looked at me. There were about 3 stacks of paper she had to look over just to see me. The look on her face when told me she wasn't happy about her visit. We were supposed to go out tonight, you know? Have a girls' night, Blair said. Let's see if we can see all the different gators. I have to go to work. I never agreed to that, I explained, looking up at her. Uh-oh. Sam's about to eat your book, Caitlin. Oh, Whoa, look at that. Sam wants to know more about what's on it. Which is why, whoa, we should be doing it. I loved Bear, I did. But I didn't like going out all the time. I like to stay in. Whoa. Hold on. Sam really likes your book. You can even put on Amazon, this book is loved by alligators everywhere. That's a pretty good review, right? Oh, look, now George is coming. He's like, what's this book all about? This is from Caitlin, our friend. Caitlin, you know. Oh, look, even Fiddlesticks is like, what's going on? Okay. I like to stay in or do trips to places. I didn't like going to the same place all the time. Blair, I'm working. It's 6 o'clock at night on a Friday. Should have been off over an hour ago. I've worked hard to be where I am right now, and I'm not going to lose my position. Yeah, Sam, either he really likes a book or he likes the fingers attached to the book. Arabella, you aren't even happy. You're an assistant in an office. That's not what you wanted to do. All right, so you can see this book is loved by alligators everywhere, called Heart of Rain, Caitlin Irving. You can get this yourself on Amazon. And of course, like I said, Caitlin has been a huge... I always hate when I look up at the camera because that means I'm not looking down at the alligators. Right now, the gators are at my feet, but I just wanted to say hi. Okay, that's enough. I gotta look down now. There they are. And here's my feet. Okay. But Caitlin was such a huge fan. She always supports the show. I said, I gotta read part of my book to these awesome alligators. You guys know Caitlin. And we're going to do one other cool thing. I do something called virtual feeding. If you want to know more about it, you can go to gators.com and order it. Once again, little commercial. If you go to gators.com, you can order a virtual feeding. What I do is, because I know with the pandemic, it's getting harder and harder to visit places. A lot of people aren't visiting here. So instead of visiting the zoo, see, shadow, you can order a virtual alligator feeding, and I will put your name, your business name. Some people want to put their ex or someone they don't like, their enemy. I'll write whatever message you want on a hot dog with icing, and we'll feed it to the gator together. You'll feel like you're feeding too. So we call that a virtual feeding. It's as close to feeding an alligator as you'll ever be able to do safely without dying or going to jail. So we got our little hot dog here, and we got the icing. Right. Caitlin's name. Like I said, if you want this too, just go to gatorcrusader.com and you can send me an email and order it yourself. So like I said, we could put your name, we could put an enemy, CAITLYN. And then I'll hold the camera and we will feed your message to a real live gator and watch them eat it. Like I said, you'll feel like you're feeding the gator yourself. We call it virtual alligator feeding. It's as close to feeding as you'll be able to ever do with a gator. I think Sam seems the most interested. Sam! Oh, George is looking. George! What do you think of Caitlin here? George, head up. So we got your name right here. George, head up. Oh, George definitely wants it. George, head up. Head up. Head up. And there he goes, Caitlin. Good boy. Good job. Ooh. I guess he liked that. He was like, thank you. Give me some more. All right, so maybe let's try a little bit of alligator training. So once again, If you're looking for a cool book, go to Amazon. He is super happy about that hot dog. I have been giving him just basic crock chow, so this is kind of like a super treat. They don't get this too often. All right, Sam. Sam, head up, head up. Good. Good. Fiddlesticks is looking jealous. Fiddlesticks, head up. Good job. You see, George is yelling at me, but you just got a whole piece of Caitlin. Head up. You can even see the icing on his tongue and his teeth. You just got a yummy piece. Look at his tongue. He's trying to eat the camera. Yeah. You just got to look. Chewy's like, do I have to get in the water to get some? Elizabeth's just hanging out with me up here. And like I said, I've been feeding the gators good for you stuff. These hot dogs are kind of a treat. I don't do it very often, but every once in a while, you got to give these guys treats. Here's Mr. Chewy. He just got in the water for us. That's his sign. He wants something to eat. Chewy. Chewy. Chewy, head up. Good boy. Good boy. Making all kinds of cool sounds out here today. Good. Good job. And we have Elizabeth up here just getting sun. Because like I said, for Florida, we can, oh, right in my shadow. For Florida, this is actually considered a pretty cold day. So the gators are trying to warm themselves up. And you saw I was just reading a book to the alligators. I wasn't just doing that because I'm friends with Caitlin. I love to build a bond with the gators. You may have noticed earlier this year, I did a lot of singing to the alligators, especially during quarantine because no one was around. The gators were acting scared, so I sang them all kinds of songs. I'm not the best singer in the world, so I will spare you all on YouTube today of my terrible singing. But maybe that's why these gators are so grumpy. They have to hear me sing all the time. I also tell them stories. I read comic books to them. I reenact movies. They already know what's happened in The Mandalorian yesterday. It was a good one, wasn't it? Ooh, boy. I literally cannot wait until next week. So they get books and stuff all the time. I work really hard building a relationship with these alligators. I've been trying to train the gators the command hold. I've had a few vets who want to be able to take blood samples from the alligators without jumping on their back, without any type of holding them down. In order to do that, I teach them the command hold, see if they hold, gently touch their tail, hold, good. Now Elizabeth is going to walk away, so she does not get a treat that time. If she held, she would get a treat. But you can actually teach alligators all kinds of things. They are super, super smart. Let's get them a few more hot dogs. They're being good today. Oh, Fiddlesticks looks ready. And like I said, if you look really, really hard, Thor is under the water. He is not coming up for nothing today. He's like, I don't want to be on YouTube. Ready? Head up. Good job. Fiddlesticks, head up. Hold, hold, good, hold. Good. Good. Good job. No, Thor does not. He's just not interested today. He's right below me, right there in the water. If you look, like I said, if you look closely, you can probably see his head. Now, here's the cool thing. I just got a brand new GoPro, which can actually go underwater. So I can live stream and actually go underwater and show you to him. So keep tuned. You'll see that soon. Okay, guys. And they look ready to go. All right. So real quick, I'm going to feed them their last little bits of hot dogs and then go. Remember, if you want to see how the new cool GoPro looks, or if you want to do a cool virtual feeding yourself, for the virtual feedings, go to gatorcrusader.com. I'll put any message you want on a hot dog, and we'll feed it to one of these beautiful, beautiful alligators. We'll be right here, throw it right in. It is as close as you can get to feeding a huge gator. So once again, look for virtual feedings. And if you haven't subscribed to this page, come on. All you do is take your little finger and hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost any money. It literally takes zero. Oh my goodness. Thor heard me talk about him. He popped up at the very end. Thor's like, if you don't subscribe, I'll take care of you. Thank you, Caitlin. Once again, everybody see that name there, Caitlin Irving. She's a huge, huge fan of the alligators. She just came out with a super cool book, Heart of Rain. We read it to the gators. They obviously really liked it. Go on Amazon, get one yourself. Get one for all of your family. I mean, heck, we got the holidays coming. There you go. Get that. The book is loved by alligators everywhere. What better advertising can you do than that? Yeah, Sam has a pretty good personality. I play different music for these alligators. And just like humans, just like some of us like classical music. Some think classical music is boring. Some people like rock and roll. Whenever I play classical music, Sam stops whatever he's doing and just sits there and listens. All the rest of the gators are like, nah, this is boring. Play the good stuff. So I feel like Sam is more my elegant and refined alligator. He also stopped a fight once. One time, Chewie and Thor, who already went back under the water. Look at that. They tried to bite me as I walked by. You can't bite me? There's no biting on YouTube Live. Come on. Anyways, these two, Chewie and Thor, were about to fight. One had his mouth open, one was here. They both were puffing up their bodies. They were about to go at it. And Sam swam right in between them, like as a peacemaker. Like, you can't fight, guys. Don't fight. So Sam has a cool personality. Fiddlesticks has a kind of unusual personality. I guess he's kind of a nerd. I don't know if young people still use that term these days, but most of the gators kind of ignore him or pick on him a little bit. Elizabeth is our lady. That's Elizabeth. I only talk to her in the voice of the Macho Man Randy Savage. So when she hears that voice, she knows I'm talking to her, Then we got George right down here. George is one of my most active. He's always jumping. He's pretty cool. So the more you watch, the more you'll learn these guys' awesome personalities. So like I was saying, if you haven't hit subscribe, hit subscribe. It doesn't cost money. I think some people think it costs money to subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing, but it helps me, and it helps me take care of these gators more than you could possibly realize. So if you haven't subscribed yet, like I said, I've got a cool GoPro. You'll be able to see some more interesting footage. George, say goodbye to everybody. George, head up. Oh, boy. Good job, good job. Oh, boy. Chewie wants to say goodbye. And so does Fiddlesticks. Will I survive? Will I make it out? The only way to know for sure is to subscribe and keep watching the Gator Crusader.